Sup Cash Monies, so yes, Sega Saturn revisited time again. This time it is Andretti Racing, a racing game by EA Sports. Yeah, and they stopped doing these games. It's basically NASCAR and IndyCar rolled into one, which is pretty sweet, to be honest. It's better than you'd think. I remember I have the Mega Drive game somewhere, and that's pretty cool as well. That has 3D graphics, I think. Well, at least on one of the modes it does, on the stock car, I think. Right, exhibition race, begin career, blah blah blah. We're just going to go exhibition race at the minute. It was kind of cool when EA Sports used to knock out mediocre games. They were kind of interesting in a way. We want a track with some bloody turns on it. We're not American, we like our turns. We don't like turds though. Right, we don't want to qualify, just bloody race. You can set your car up as well and blah blah blah, but we're not anal. Look at that, Mario Andretti on pole position. He looks fat as fuck, to be honest. Was he still racing at this time? Maybe bashy circuit, maybe bashy on my dick circuit. Right, road course, yay. Pardon me, it's the beer talking. Oh, and everybody loves a bit of loading. Load screen loving. Yeah, it's coming cough while I'm trying to make a fucking video. Because I'm a retard. You fat twat. Yeah! Right, now we're cooking with gas.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh shit, I started the race with my fucking finger on the B button, which just happened to be the bloody brake button. I hate it when they get the fucking controls backwards. It's not Nintendo, it's Sega. We don't need backwards fucking controls. Thank you. And we get on the grass and the car spins out and shit. Some funky music. I think it's skipping. How dare you skip? And we should probably slow down a bit more. Yeah, well, this is a game where they've clearly gone for simulation, but it's not really gone too well, has it? And it's kind of a decent game in the arcade sense. Certainly got a smoother frame rate than Daytona USA on the Saturn. We are in 16th place, so there's a lot of fucking people to take on. Unfortunately, the car doesn't seem to turn in too well, so you do need to brake before corners. Which, saying the brakes brought me to a complete halt at the yeah, put him into the wall. Yeah, for saying the brakes brought me to a complete halt as soon as I started the race. They don't really seem to be very effective when you're trying to get round the corner. But we're in 15th now. We are officially awesome. We are officially not the worst person at racing around this track currently. I wonder how many other people in the world at this exact moment are playing Andretti Racing for the Sega Saturn. That's an interesting thought right there. Kind of feels weird to play a racing game with whoa, fucking decimated. Oh, what? Am I missing a wheel? Oh, my wheel's come back. Feels very weird to play a racing game with a D-pad these days. The controls do feel kind of twitchy, but the car settles really well. You sort of like instantly after making adjustments. Yeah, the game does sound like it would have an absolutely rocking soundtrack if it wasn't jumping everywhere. White flag for the final lap. It would have been pretty impressive back in these days that the car kind of handles differently when you're on the grass. That would have been like, wow, that's amazing. You do have to wonder what racing games would have been like if they'd have carried on doing like the 2D style with the scrolling, like Super Hang-On and Monaco GP. They'd have done 32-bit 2D kind of racing games. That would have been interesting. To be honest though, the gameplay wasn't too great on them sorts of games, was it really? You never really felt like you were, I mean, some of the games are good, like Outrun and Super Hang-On and Super Monaco GP, but you never really felt like you were going around corners. You always felt like you were kind of being dragged around the corner regardless, and you were just kind of changing the line that you're taking through the corner, if that makes sense. So yeah, probably good that they kind of went full on 3D. The draw distances on these early 3D races isn't great at all. So I would definitely tune the fucking. Oh, the tyres are worn, so we've got tyre wear as well. I can't even corner too greatly with fucking non-worn tyres, so. Yeah, but yeah, you could. It's pretty easy in this game to make out the track and where you're supposed to go. I've not had to look at the top right to see where the corners are and things, which is quite common in these 32-bit racing games. Colours are nice and bold, which helps. Everything's big and chunky. And start to exit. So I shall try and select the NASCAR type cars, which are basically the stock cars, I think. Go done there. Pretty sure this is. Yeah, it must have the. Car setups. Yeah, I'm going to select the stock cars. Done. Don't want to change any of that, but it's all there as you can see. It's like a goddamn early Gran Turismo. When was this released? I'm just looking at the back of the pack now. 94th though. Very, very early game for a bit of tuning. Although Super Hang-On had tuning as well, didn't it? Hit race. No, I didn't want to. Where was my fucking select circuit and all that bullshit? Oh, God, I'm bad at playing games on video. I should just give up, but I won't. I will make you suffer. Right, so when it finally decides to fucking load the game, which you could do now, Anytime, come on. Fucking load! For fuck's sake. Quit the fucking race. Turn the music off, then quit the fucking race. In the hope that it saves that the next time I race so I don't have to listen to skipping music. Not that the music sounds bad, it's just skipping and shit, which is annoying. So we're loading. Press start to exit. I know what the results were because I didn't fucking race. Wait for it to load. Right, select track. Toronto. Thunderdome, not to be confused with Mad Max. Select circuit. Select. Why is it so? I guess it means circuit as in like, yeah, I'm in the racing circuit. But yeah, circuit and track generally are the same things where I come from. But yeah, whatever. Let's do this. Let's fuck this pussy with a big raging hard on. These bloody screens that come up with like starting grid and results, like just fuck them off and make it load quicker. We don't need them. We don't need them. Just fucking load quicker, please. Goddamn American sports. Right. Fucking grab my earphone that I just dropped. So I've got some sound in my ear. That's a sound in my ear. They say I ain't queer, but I like to drink beer. Right, let's go. Nice. On it like Bosch Electronic, innit? Oh, I did the fucking thing with the B again. Right, so interestingly, these cars kind of handle better than Indy cars. And to be honest, they don't feel that much slower. And I'm actually keeping up with the pack this time, look. And I don't mean the 2-pack, I mean the fucking racing pack. Pardon me. So yeah, this really will be one of those games that's forgotten unless you used to play it when you were younger. But to be honest, I'd rather play this than Daytona, the original port of Daytona USA on the Saturn, because that fucking game is horrendous, the Saturn port. I've yet to pick up is it the Champion Circuit Edition? Just to see what that plays like. I've yet to pick that one up, but should do at some point. After all, I'm going for a full Saturn collection, but God knows how far away completing that collection will be. I like how they've got like the excessive damping on the suspension of the car. It's constantly bobbing up and down. Pretty interesting. These cars aren't really designed to go around these circuits, just really designed to go around ovals. There's even a fuel gauge so you can run out of fuel. Interesting. I assume I'm not really encountering these problems because I'm only doing like 3 laps. So yeah, this for me is an interesting game in the sense that it's kind of 2 games in one. You got your Indy and your
This is it, the start of the final lap.
Indy and stock, or well, I just call it NASCAR really. Another game that has many different cars in it. Well, I say many different. This only has 2, so. But a game with a lot more variation than that is Total Driving on the PS1, which is an interesting game by Technics, who I think did the Le Mans 24-hour game back in the day after that as well. Plenty of variation in that game. It's a bit like this one. You know, the handling isn't amazing. It's pretty arcadey, if you will. But yeah, it's a lot of game. There's a video of it somewhere on my challenge on the channel. So if you want to see that game, just type in Total Driving on the search box on my fucking channel and suck that game's dick, 'cause it's a pretty nice game. It's got a thumping soundtrack on it as well. So we're doing a lot better than we were in the first race that we did. Where we were like 16th for most of the race and then got up to 15th. We're in 10th. So yes, that it's pretty much Andretti racing wrapped up. You've got a career mode. I would go into more detail with that, but I can't imagine I would have enough time in one video to go into detail with it, to be honest. But you can fuck about, tune your cars up. Would go into the details of that, but again, it would take far too long. But yeah, pretty much everything as you'd expect that you'd want present is here. Graphics are okay, you can see around the tracks and everything. It's got music on it that's not too offensive, but unfortunately my copy of the game is skipping. It's got a few tracks, 2 different car types. So yeah, it is a pretty big package for the Saturn, especially for an early release. And also the Mega Drive game is pretty fucking sweet, I seem to remember. So yeah, pick them up both really, because they're pretty fucking cheap. So definitely recommend having kind of both of them games in your collection if you're a Sega collector. You might pass up on them because of sports titles technically, but you'd be missing out on a couple of, I wouldn't say hidden gems, but a couple of games that are better than you would actually expect them to be. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more Sega Saturn Revisited videos in the future. Goodbye.